How's everyone doing? First and foremost, I just want to thank God, Lord called Jesus Christ, for allowing me to be here, for breaking the chains of addiction, and just for just because of Him, I'm free today. Do you hear me? Yeah. So my name's Isidro. I'm an addict. I'm a real addict, is what you know. But so I just start from the beginning. I just grew up in Wilmington, the youngest of three. I'm the only child, only boy. So I was grew up a mama's boy, and didn't have a father growing up. So I grew up kind of just like kind of lost, just empty. No guidance. And my mom, she did the best she could. She worked her ass off to support us, but still, it wasn't enough. And so she did the best she can. She sheltered me a lot, and but once I hit that age, started just ran wild. Started hanging around, just trying to be the cool kid. Started smoking weed, and soon after that, my house became party house. Just no, it was just everything. It was just drinking, whatever you could just think of. It was just going on, and and so that was it. It was just I was just partying. It was just I loved to party. I loved how it made me feel. It didn't. It took me away from that ugliness that I felt. The emptiness. And so somewhere along the line, I started smoking primos, and it was a thing. I didn't think nothing of it. Twice about it. And so it wasn't bad until I started smoking that straight, and that's when it kind of just like turned my life upside down. I was just started having problems. I couldn't maintain a job. I couldn't just everything just like dwindled. Just fell apart. My mom, she couldn't handle me no more, and eventually she kicked me out. I went to go, find my dad who was staying in East LA, and he welcomed me with open arms, but I never really got to know him, so I kind of just didn't never really open up to him. And so I was like really deep in my addiction. I didn't, I was in a dark place, and that just went on for years, and my 20s just kind of just like that's the way it pretty much went. And so eventually I just it got so overwhelming that I just ended up just leaving. I took off, not really saying goodbye to my dad or anybody. And soon after that, he kind of find out that he died, and I wasn't there to see him, to be there with him. So I kind of messed me up. But I was so deep in my addiction that I didn't really feel anything, So I just kept on going, and started going to programs, and found myself in Skid Row, and there was a program out there called Salvation Army, and did that for a while. But I was in that whole mix, downtown, and I felt comfortable. I felt I just blend in, and I was able to do whatever I wanted, and not have any regrets. And soon after that, I met my kid's mom at a plasma donation place, where I was donating to get money to support my addiction, and we just hooked up, and I went to go live with her family, and everything was good. She was using, I was using. We were just it was just party on, and until she got pregnant. She stopped using, and I couldn't stop. And that's when the problem started. I started like my daughter was born, and I remember holding my daughter and just kind of just felt something there. Something I never felt. I felt love. I felt something that was mine. It was just indescribable. And God just tugged into my heart. And so I wanted to change after that, but I couldn't. I started going to church. I just started to seek God. To help me to be that father that I never had. And soon after that, my son followed, and I remember holding him in my arms, and just crying because I felt that pain, of me growing up and not having a father, and then I swore to myself that I wasn't going to do that to him. I really thought that that I was gonna, be able to do it, and but the addiction was so overwhelming, that I couldn't stop. I would do good. I had a pattern that I would just do good for a minute, and I would just relapse, and I was just, back and forth, and eventually she caused problems to a point that we broke up, and I ended up just splitting it and just taking off to Idaho. I got a friend that lives over there, and he told me to come down and just to get things right, just work and take it from there. And I just I went down there, and it was the complete opposite. I started messing up over there, and just started hanging around with some bad people, and eventually ended up getting busted behind it. And it was pretty much a wrap after that, because now I couldn't come back anymore, because now I'm stuck up there, And so that really it messed me up, but I still didn't stop. I was still just messing up, just doing my thing, And it was just to a point where one day I was just in my room, and I just felt something, and I just felt the just like the pain of just of not having that father came back, just like that, how I was growing up, and how I was exactly that person that I didn't want to be, and I was just like, man, I started crying, and I just cried out to God to help me and to come back home, and I reached out to my probation. I told him that I didn't want to be there no more, and then filed a transfer to me to come back. And so, by the grace of God, I was able to come back. But you think, that still wasn't enough for me to stop, though. I was I just barely came back maybe 2 months ago, and right off the bat, I started using it again, and I got so bad, I ended up in Long Beach, lost my car and my wallet, my phone, and just thinking to myself, what the fuck, what just happened, And my sister, she told me, what, I think you need to get help, and I was just like, yeah, I think you're right, and you know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, good one. So I was just like, luckily she knows some people, and she made it happen, and here to Fred Brown's, and it was really hard for me, to write those letters, because, I didn't want no one to really know who I was, and even worse, I got to see who I was, because I was always in denial, I was write shit fuck, I'm really fucked up, dude, and fuck, I remember just trying to share it. I was just so nervous, because I never really, I don't want no one to know. But as soon as I started getting the hang of it, the letters, and I started just releasing that power that I had over me. And so I just, now I just about to graduate, and now I just I thank God, thank God that now I have another chance, hope, at being that father. I'm looking to go back to school and just do things right, and I just and it's God and Fred Brown, I owe it all to them, and I just my future's bright today, I'm no longer ashamed of who I am, or live in fear, or just of anything, I know that God is with me, and it says if he's with me, who could be against me, and I just thank all of you guys, and I just pray that you guys just seek find who your God is, and just really just get to understand him, and it just but yeah, that's all I got.